Hey beautiful people, welcome to the weekly oracle guidance for July 27th to August 2nd, 2020, hosted by Consciously Connected and Mystic Tira, aka Raven Bear Feathers. Stay tuned. Hey beautiful people, it's your girl Shakima. I'm just stopping in for today's weekly oracle guidance. A little bit late, well, I say a little bit, but technically we're all of a day, a day behind the usual schedule, because usually we do these on Mondays. But at the minute, this is kind of just what spirit permits. So this is just kind of the space that we've got for this particular segment. So I'm just going to utilize it as effectively as possible. I'm going to be utilizing this space. I'm going to try to be as efficient and clear as possible. Because I have a bunch, I guess, of stuff that needs to be done beyond this. So I want to be able to give you guys my full self, my full appearance, in terms of, my presence in the space. So we're going to go ahead and sort of get into it. I've sent the memo to Mystic Tira, aka Raven Bear Feathers. So hopefully she's able to join us in the room and we can, go live and chop it up together, because I do have, I think it was earlier this week I mentioned that I'm doing a Ho'oponopono prayer on Zoom tonight at 9 p.m. For collective consciousness, for our brothers and sisters of collective consciousness. So I'm just sort of trying to make sure that I get this space together so that I can be present for that space. So hopefully... Hey David, I hope you're good. I hope that the Cancer New Moon, second Cancer New Moon energies have been treating you well. I'm just kind of waiting for Mystic Tira to get into the room. I'm not really too sure what the ETA is in terms of her being able to join us today, but we did speak a little bit earlier. How's the Cancer New Moon been treating you? Because it's been very, very emotional, to say the least. I'm seeing a lot of inner child traumas coming to surface. It's been interesting to just observe everything and see parts of ourselves that we thought was already, for lack of a better way of putting it, healed, even though we just go deeper and deeper into the layers of the wounds, don't we? So it's just been interesting. I personally enjoyed just getting to know parts of myself in that way. Yeah, that's kind of how it's been, up and down. I'm literally, whenever the ups kind of come, I'm like, quick, let's get as much things done in this space as possible. And then when the down moments come, I'm like, okay, I've done enough. I can ride this wave. Because it's like really headaches. Okay, yeah, it's probably like we've got a lot that we're sort of like processing at the minute. So it is pretty intense. Are you taking any herbs? Do you utilize prescription meds? Like, what's your vice for that? Chamomile is actually really quite good. Lavender essential oil in a diffuser really helps as well for headaches. And if you do sort of like a temple massage with lavender essential oil, that also usually helps for headaches as well. If you do have migraines, then a drop of frankincense acupuncture. Awesome. Even better. You get to the pressure points and release all that tension, so that's even better. Dope. I love that. Great stuff. I feel like one of the things that I'm sort of hearing at the minute in the back of my mind, so I'm hearing that we are being mindful at the minute to observe the way that we are projecting. Interesting. So that's the lesson that we're sort of navigating through at the minute. I think at the minute we're kind of learning how to sow seeds of, I want to say, subconscious healing, because that's what they're saying to me. We've lost sight of who we really are, and I think we've become so engrossed with all these different identities and these I ams. Spirit's kind of like helping us to strip some of the layers of those. I'm hearing, one of the things that I'm hearing, romance will definitely be challenged during this transit. Dreams are definitely going to be tested, and I wouldn't say that it's a case where God, Spirit, the universe is testing us. I feel like we are testing ourselves. The best way that I can put it, we kind of have these dreams that we want to go after, but we're kind of testing how courageous we are at the minute, and we're kind of testing ourselves by learning how to navigate through the fear of failure, and in some cases the fear of success. I'm hearing that it's kind of like a blooming of our true character. When I say our true character, I mean the part of us that is unapologetic about all of us. You know, sometimes because we place all of these different labels on ourselves, good, bad, ugly, monster, the universe is like, you just are, you know, you just are, and you are unconditional in your form. But because, you know, we kind of tend to be conditional in the way that we love ourselves, it's kind of showing up in that way where we're kind of navigating through a lot of guilt in our partnerships. We're navigating through a lot of regrets, is what I'm hearing in our partnerships, and second guessing ourselves is what I'm hearing as well. Just kind of second guessing this self discovery that we're on. Because the best way that I can put it, they're showing me we're kind of like, it's like the retrogrades at the minute, it's come in like a wrecking ball, right? And it's hit the glass house, I guess, that we were living in terms of the image of ourselves that we thought was who we are. And right now, that image has become fragmented and it's been scattered. We're still in one piece, but there's so many cracks in the image of self that we've been sort of professing and putting across. And it's now to the point where by we're being told that we have to go in between the cracks of the fragmentations to really see who we are, and just let it happen. I'm hearing just let it happen. Love yourself through it, because even if you find yourself projecting a lot of the darker parts of yourself that may be taking place in between the cracks of your fragmented self, it's only going to help you to be able to really find another part of yourself that needs to, there we go, Raven Bear Feathers is in the room. Awesome stuff. So we're going to add her to the room. Into the room, guys. Mystic Tira is coming into the room, and we're going to sort of like keep chopping it up. But it was interesting. They were just showing me that there's cracks that we need to go deeper into. Definitely, for sure. Hello, beautiful.
Hello, hello, hello. How are you, my
Hello.
divine?
Doing good. Doing
How you
good.
doing?
Doing good.
Adjusting myself here
It's so
in
good.
this virtual world. Give me a moment.
It's so good, beautiful. I was literally, it felt like I was getting more of a channeled information sort of initially coming into the space, and they were just talking to me about the wrecking ball that's kind of taken place with the how can I put it? The wrecking ball that's taken place with the retrogrades at the minute that has basically cracked our image of self, who we thought that we were, and spirits taking us down into the cracks, in between the cracks of the fragmented parts of ourselves, which is very, very interesting, because I'm hearing, it's like a silent whisper in the back of my mind. I'm hearing that is your true self. That is where you find who you really are. Let it take you on a voyage of self-discovery. So it's very, very interesting. A lot of us, I want to say, they're saying to me, the next 6
There you
weeks,
are.
very interesting. They're very clear. The next 6 weeks is going to be a voyage of self-discovery in between the cracks of your darkness, basically, for lack of a better way of putting it. But yes, hello, beautiful.
Greetings again. Wow, it's been intense, to
Yeah.
say the least. The
Mm-hmm.
fight of the self, the shedding
Yeah.
of the old, and holding on to trying to hold on. Some people are trying to hold on, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty intense.
The
Like,
fragmented self. How do
yes.
we heal from this? How do
Spirit saying go
we
into the cracks. Go into the cracks of the fragments. That's kind of like where you'll be able to be taken on a voyage of self-discovery, because like in between the cracks is like where you'll be able to build a bridge between each parts of the fragments of self to be able to allow for them to merge. But it's dark in there, I'm not gonna lie. From what I'm seeing, it's very, very emotional. It's very, very unbearing, overwhelming even.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. It's heavy. It's been heavy for
Definitely.
everyone.
Hmm.
For those who are going through it and those who are supporting them. It's truly been a journey for all of us,
Hmm.
trying to find a self, the fragmented self. You know, some people
Yeah.
think they're their body. This is where the
Yeah.
dysfunction starts, when you think that you're your body
Yeah.
or
Hmm.
your car, your job, whatever it is that you associate yourself. You begin to remove yourself from the source, the oneness,
Hmm.
and there's so much distortion. There's so much wrong thinking. The idea of thinking that God is apart away from you in the heavens somewhere is a
Yeah.
total wrong concept.
Yeah.
Um, because we are part of God. God
Hmm.
created us. We're part of the universe, part of everything that is on earth, the storm,
Yeah.
the environment, the elements. So
Yeah.
when we start to identify ourselves with our sexuality, for example, or
Mm-hmm.
our star sign. I'm a Leo, well, for example. There's no offense to Leos. I'm a
Yeah.
Virgo, or I'm
Yeah.
Aquarius. So this is what
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
We tend to move away from the oneness, which is the spirit of the Creator, which is
Mm-hmm.
all that we have to continue to align ourselves with. This is
Yeah.
where the illness of the mind begins, when people associate themselves with external stuff, which is this is part of this fragmented self that
Yeah.
after the COVID, this lockdown brought a lot to the surface for all of us, and
Yeah.
now we're picking up the pieces, so to
Mm-hmm.
say.
Yeah.
So we continue to do the work with love and compassion,
Absolutely.
and be non-judgmental, because
Mm-hmm.
it's all a journey, and each person's journey is so different, but we're all going to
Absolutely.
get there. We're all going to
Yeah.
get there. Yeah.
Absolutely. No, thank you for that, because I think that was what I was sort of I was saying coming into the space, because that's something that they were really putting across. We have to remove all these labels from ourselves. This notion of good, bad, right, wrong, ugly, pretty, all of these things, it's just
Yeah.
words. It's words that kind of confine us into a certain egoic identity, and it's always very unnerving for the ego when it has to let go of these identities. It's always very like depressing almost to the ego when it has to let go of all of these identities. So we have to just be mindful of the words that we kind of we choose to engage in, because the way that we sort of cast these spells over our ego, because that's precisely it. The ego is kind of like the mind's editor, and it will go, because even though we have like the lower ego, which is a human's perspective, we also have the super ego, which is the higher perspective, and the ego is going in between both environments, I guess, of itself, to be able to get a understanding of its overall self. And I think one thing that I really am hearing to really remember is that it's not about fighting anyone's beliefs. Nobody's wrong. Everything at the end of the day is information. Nothing is confirmation. The only thing that you know is that you need to continue your journey of discovery, is that you need to continue your journey of getting deeper and deeper connected to self, because I feel like that's why we're having like a lot of these tensions and conflicting combative energies, because it's like everyone's like, I'm right, no, you're wrong, no. And spirit's like, technically everybody's right for where they are on the journey, and that's okay, because I'm finding that it's very much like a push and pull at the minute, with like all of these emotions that we're all going through, because everybody, bearing in mind this is like a collective experience, we're all in the cracks of ourselves trying to figure out who we are, blinded by the past life, the past self, and trying to move into the future version of self. And it's scary. I just even want to put that out there, because there's a lot of angst around it. It's very scary, and it is very unnerving. And I think people need to remember that just as much as you may be feeling that, that scare, that fear in the back of your sort of mind, so is everybody else. And maybe they won't be comfortable with their fear. Maybe they're not that comfortable with saying, I am batshit scared of this. I don't know what my power is just yet. I'm still trying to learn what my strengths are. But my weaker areas, my challenged aspects, my underdeveloped parts of myself feels like it's taking over. And I think at this point now more than ever, we really need each other. I think that's even one of the things that I'm hearing. Now more than ever, we really need each other. And if we can't give unconditional love, it's important for us to be able to just communicate, this is where I can meet you. I may not be able to come the entire 50% of the way to meet you, but I can meet you here at 35%, because people are lost in themselves at the minute.
Yeah.
And even as I'm saying that, like, my mind is spinning, because people really are lost in themselves.
It's heavy. Now look at this gesture here. Look what Spirit got us doing. Yeah. Oh
Mirroring.
my
I
God.
love
Now
it.
tell me, you're gonna go first, right? Because boy,
No, I
am I
am.
ready for this conversation tonight? I need to
I
know.
am. I am.
See
They
what's
did.
going on.
They did ask me to sort of just quickly pause the cards and sort of have a look and see what's going on for collective
Okay.
consciousness. Let's have a look, guys. So show me, what are we navigating through for this week? What do you see? For the most part, what I can see is that majority of what we've been going through is I'm hearing the damage has already been done, which is the beauty of this.
Yes.
So now we are navigating our way through rectifying. We're navigating our way through Regeneration. Thank you, Orange. Love you too, beautiful. So it's interesting. One of the things that they're showing is that coming into the energies of this week, a lot of us have been undisciplined. We have allowed the more challenging, because I feel like as much as I understand that the weaker parts of ourselves, I prefer saying the more challenged parts, because it's underdeveloped. You know, everything is really a strength if we know how to utilize it. So I think from what I can see is that the underdeveloped parts of ourselves has basically allowed for it's disrupted our ability to plan, but we're getting a lot of mental clarity about what are those underdeveloped parts of ourselves and what we need to be able to do to be able to navigate through the parts that we're moving through now. I'm seeing that there's been a lot of broken promises. There's been a lot of undelivered, how can I put it? A lot of undelivered engagements. People have said that they're going to do things, but haven't been able to deliver simply because they've been challenged by their their underdeveloped areas and aspects of self, and it seems that this week we're actually navigating through very aggressive energy. The energy is very demanding, very controlling, very, very aggressive, in the sense that it's almost like we're being, how can I put it, we're being one-sided in a lot of ways from what I can see. There's definitely an imbalance in our masculine and femininity at the minute. We don't know how just yet, I'm going to say just yet, how to fully submit is the challenge that we're going to be navigating through, learning how to submit to the elements of the divine, because what I'm hearing is that we're going through a rebirth, but it is happening subtly, and for a lot of us, because we're not aware of the fact that it's taking place, it's actually affecting our friendships, and we can have friendships in many different aspects of ourselves. We can have friendships with our family members, our romantic partner, our actual friends, our colleagues. You know, we can have friendships in so many different variants of itself, but the friendship is really what's going to be one of our biggest challenges for this week, because there's a lot of aggression, and people are going to feel very overwhelmed by the emotional baggage that they're carrying, and it seems as though they're trying to control it, but instead of controlling it, how about we learn how to master it? Because control in itself is an illusion. Okay, we are simply here to master. What I'm seeing is that if we can really sort of look at how can I put it, if we can become childlike as opposed to childish this week, it's really going to help us, one, to be able to connect to some of the others that are navigating their way through their wounds, but also it's going to help us to stay self-sufficient and maintain that self-sufficiency. This is this week, absolutely beautiful. This is this week. Moving forward, it will give us an opportunity to plan. Moving forward, we'll be a little bit more prepared, because we know what shadows we're sort of, you know, up against, if you will. So it makes it a little bit easier for us to sort of say, right, I understand that this may be a trigger, not just for myself, but this may be a trigger for this person. So how can I best navigate around this situation? Because bearing in mind, and I want to sort of like put this across, because they're kind of like grounding me. They're like, I need your undivided attention to deliver this. So each and every single one of us is a reflection of each other. So if there's a person going through something that is impacting and infecting them, bear in mind that these are also things that we need to be consciously aware of as well. It may not be parts of ourselves that we're engaging with, but it's something that we need to take into consideration, that they are a reflection of us, and it may be, they may be having an outward projection of some of our internal pain that we've already learned to master. So just bear that in mind. They aren't the ones that are sick. We're all the products of trauma on some level, shape or form, and we have to take that into consideration as we're navigating through the process of what's taking place, because the spirit's saying to me, the foundations of what we thought we had is no longer, it doesn't exist. Remove the notion that we are building on those same foundations, because they're just saying to me, it shall cease to exist. The more you continue to try to build upon those old foundations, the more the universe will continue to remove it. The more the universe will continue to break that down, because those foundations were not built on solid grounds. They were emotionally fragile. They were emotionally in turmoil and in ruins. And what we need to do right now is accept the fact that we are building new foundations for ourselves. And we have to learn how to lay it brick by brick. Yeah, okay. How to lay it brick by brick, how to lay it piece by piece. When we need to be able to plaster the walls, they're showing me it's literally like we're building a new home, guys. We're literally building a new home, but they're helping us to be able to build it on more solid foundations. It's almost like the home that we're building now is on a higher plane of existence, because we're no longer, we can't live where how can I put it? We can't take the house from the old plane of our existence into where we're going. They're saying we need to be able to allow for this new home that is being built on a higher plane of existence. I'm hearing, don't fight it. Don't fight it. It's happening for you. This is what you asked for. Just try to see the beauty in it, because it's very dark. There's a lot of emotional attachments I'm hearing. So it's going to feel very dark, but this is a transcendent of our, as a collective, we are going through this week a transition in our home circumstances. Sorry, my crown chakra is scintillating. We're going through a transition in our home circumstances where it is going to, okay, it's not going to feel like it's a unified partnership. And I just want to be completely honest with you guys, because both of you guys have different jobs. That's what they're saying to me. Everybody has different jobs. Somebody's plastering, somebody's laying the bricks, everybody has different jobs. And I think that's what we need to realize. Identify what it is. They're saying to me, identify what your job is this week. That is a task for you, to identify what your job is this week, so that you can consciously navigate your way through what is going to be unfolding. Because they're showing me that, you know, once this foundation is laid, we're literally going to be laying these foundations for up to the next 6 weeks. They're saying some people, yeah, there you go. There you go. Moving this week, Orange is saying some people are actually at that place as well, where they are, you know, going through a process of clearing out a lot of the emotional baggage. They're just saying find it. They're just very clear. Find it. Find what it is that is your task and perfect it. And that doesn't mean assuming that you are perfect, because there is no such thing. That's what they're saying to me. There is no such thing. Just learn how to hone your craft. That in itself is perfection. Okay? Learning how to hone the craft. Oh, and I'm hearing, mind the business that pays you. If it's not your task, don't go over telling somebody else about how to do their task, because that's not the business that's going to pay you karmically. That is not for you to involve yourself in. Okay, what is the path that we're crossing this week, Spirit? Show me as clearly as you can. Okay, so the path that we're crossing, interesting. There's going to be some reunions, guys. So for a lot of us, we're dealing with reunions where we're coming back together with lost loves, old loves. It's almost like we're going through this process of this reunion and wanting to really control the narrative. Everybody's story is different, loves. Everybody's story is different. What I'm hearing is open your heart to being able to understand the other person's story, and know that their version of events isn't an attack on your story. It is simply communication at its best. They're saying it is simply communication at its best. So just allow for that to take place. It is going to be triggering, okay, because what I'm seeing is the strength card in reverse at the bottom of the deck. So that means that we're not able to sort of, as we're navigating through the process, we're not always going to be able to tame ourselves and show up as disciplined as we would like to be. But just know that the reunion is inevitable. It's important for us to be able to have this reunion, because we're not going to be able to build a home on our own. We're not supposed to. There's other people that is going to have an input in it, because it's important. Task at in your home role or in purpose with collective, both beloved. It's a case of us being able to identify what we can do within the home, but also for the collective, identify what some of our strengths are and where we can give and pour over into others that may be challenged in their own underdeveloped areas, because I don't really like the word weaker. I think that it's got a negative connotation on it. What is going on in the subconscious mind as we navigate through this week, Spirit? Because it seems like a lot. Okay, so in the subconscious mind, resistance to change. So in the subconscious mind, we are learning how to be a little bit more open, but we are carrying a lot of baggage as well. Again, we dealt with this last week. There's still a lot of resentment. There's still a lot of resentment that we're carrying that we need to be able to overcome. And Spirit is saying that this is a turning point. This is a turning point in where we're about to go with this transition that's taking place. That's okay, beautiful. That's okay. What I'm seeing as well is that we're going on, subconsciously, we're going on a new voyage of discovery, but it's almost like, Bearing in mind, right, because this is what they're showing me, as you're going on this voyage of discovery, you still have a lot of the emotions from the past that you're carrying. You still have all of the perspectives from the past that you're carrying, and that's okay. That's okay. Just release your attachment to those. That's the main thing that they're saying to me. Release your attachment to those. It's okay to be able to carry these emotions over with you. It's okay to be able to carry these perspectives over with you, but release your attachments to them, because if you are attached to them, you will be resistant to the changes that are taking place. Okay, what's going on in the conscious mind as we're navigating through this week's spirit? I'm hearing death, and it stinks. Oh, let's have a look and see what is going on in the conscious mind. Okay, I can imagine. I see why they said death. Okay, guys, we've got a lot of cards, so let me just gather myself together so that I can give this to you guys in as open context as possible. So, right, so let me move a lot of this over here. So in the conscious mind, guys, it seems as though we are dealing with a spiritual recovery that is outside of our control. Okay, we don't get to tell spirit, I want to be spiritually recovered, I want to be spiritually renewed, I want to be financially sustained, and say, but this is how I want it. It doesn't work like that. It does not work like that. And they keep saying that over and over again, over and over again. It just doesn't work like that. The universe has to basically take into consideration the variables of everybody else that needs to be considered during your manifestation process. So you have to take that into consideration. It's not just about what you want solely, but it's also what is going to be for the overall best good of our fellow brothers and sisters of collective consciousness. So just bear that in mind. And that includes the people that we're going to be navigating through these broken communications in our friendships or romantic partnerships. Business partnerships are going to be going through its own delays and challenges as well. It seems as though there may be, and this is why they're saying that this is why they're kind of like saying to me that we don't get to like say that we want it this way, because they're showing me that if we are holding on to attachment to the outcome of how we want it, we'll be very bitterly disappointed. And I can see that a lot of us may be finding ourselves withdrawing emotionally from some of these friendships, from some of these loving connections to our loved ones, because of the attachment to the outcome, they're saying, because of the attachment to the outcome. But what they're sort of showing me is that as you're planning, just know that you are being set up for financial recovery, for one. Again, they're very clear. Don't expect anything to come before it's time. You're navigating through something for a process of up to the next 6 weeks. That's where you'll start to see the benefits of all the seeds that you're sowing right now. Just know that you don't sow the seed today, expect to water the plant, the seed starts to grow, and all of a sudden you're able to pick fruit. It doesn't work like that. Keep watering the plant, keep talking to the plant, keep nurturing it with love, keep continuing to put as much positive energy into the plant as possible, because you are going to be able to plan, just not your way. Just not your way. You're going to have to work with the circumstances of the fact that there's other people that are trying to create with you. We're all co-creating at the end of the day, guys. So communication is going to be very, very important. Like I said, figure out what role you're playing in terms of this foundation, this new foundation that you're laying, and mind the business that pays you, and go and figure out with the other person, what do they need your help with? If they don't need your help with anything, just tell them they're doing a good job in the areas that they're doing a good job. If they're struggling in other areas, just kind of be like, hey, you missed a spot. Don't make it an issue of, look at this big gaping part or hole in the wall that you just overlooked. That's not going to help. They're already going through a loss of identity, so they're very emotionally fragile at the minute, Spirit's saying. What is the outcome of this week, Spirit? What is the outcome for us of this week? Faith is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing faith. I'm hearing love. I'm hearing a sense of promise and excitement about the future, if we're willing to let go of the attachment. Okay, I just want to hold it up. The card says the shadow side. Okay, so the outcome, and I've already identified that with you guys, everybody's emotionally fragile at the minute. So the shadow side is going to come up, which means that a lot of our anxieties, a lot of our fears are going to come up so that we can face them. There are people that's going to be self-protecting, that is going to be a little bit standoffish, that's going to be guarded, and there's other people that is going to be very, very greedy. Their shadow is going to be almost consuming. It's almost like it's sucking in all of your energy. So just be mindfully aware of how you're engaging with the energies. And even if you're dealing with sort of like the vampiric kind of energy where it's like ever consuming, this is kind of like, just know that this is somebody that is dealing with emotional neglect. So they're not necessarily as comfortable with dealing with, I guess, mothering and fathering themselves emotionally. They just kind of like leeches, for lack of a better way of putting it. It's just the way that it is. Everybody plays a role in society. We don't have to judge them for it. But yeah, they're saying, yeah, it is going to be a sense of excitement. One thing that I am hearing is that by being able to navigate through these leeches, we actually get a power up. We learn how to get stronger because they suck us dry in places, and we actually learn how to expand in those areas. Yeah. They said it's fireworks time. That's about it. They're like, that's it for me. It's fireworks time. Yeah. Interesting. How was that for you, beautiful? That was a lot.
Wow, it was right on point. It was everything you said. I'm experiencing. I'm seeing it in my community. I'm seeing it in the 5D, and it's explosive. Better word, fireworks. Well, yeah, say no more. I have nothing else to add to that. It's just accurate. It's just like, oh, let's go see which tools we need to navigate through this time. Shall we?
Let's,
How much
absolutely
time have
beautiful.
we got?
We've got about 25 minutes roughly.
Okay, so till 9, right?
Yes,
Till
just
9.
after we started.
Okay.
Oh,
So we're going to
sending you
go
so
and
much love.
see. Spirit, please show me what's going on with our collective divine beings on this journey of soul. What is the feminine? Should we start with the feminine?
Yes.
Yes. What is the feminine feeling right now? What is she feeling, Spirit? Whoops. One time came jumping. Kindness.
Oh, yeah.
So the feminine are believing in magic. The feminine are actually doing magic, because when you're kind, you're being, magic is in the air. The more you give, the more you get back. When you clear out what you don't need, other people just give you stuff back. This is how the power of the universe, this is the magic in the universe. So let's go see. Do we have time for 3 cards or 1 card?
Yeah, no, we've got
3
as
cards.
much time, beautiful.
Okay, what else is the feminine feeling right now? Are you feeling kind? Have you done anything kind for someone this week? So the spirit is telling me to tell all of you feminine to go out and do something nice for someone. Buy someone a coffee, or give away your old clothes, or something nice, and see what comes out for you in the next 3 days. Spirit said to tell you that. What else is the feminine feeling right now? Spirit, show me, what else are we feeling as collective feminine? There is nothing in life more than kindness, Oops. New beginning came out. For the feminine, new beginning. So for some of you out there, you are thinking of a new beginning, maybe in love or in work. This is so yummy tonight. Maybe you're beginning a new project, you're writing a new book. We also have confidence. This feminine is feeling confidence. Yes. So the feeling we've got is new beginning, kindness, and confidence. So go on your way with your new beginning with these 2 things armed. That's what you're feeling. And that's it. Yes, confidence is the key. It's the beginning of a new door. Okay, so let's go see what she's thinking right now. What is she thinking? Spirit, what is the feminine thinking? Yeah, because what you're feeling and what you're thinking is often very different things. So we got free will. So this feminine is recognizing some people who are just waking up. They're beginning to understand what it means to have free will and to be able to do. Not, you can use it anyhow, but there's always consequences because there is karma, there is cause and effect. So where are you using your free will? What are you doing with it? And she could also be talking to her masculine about the choices that the masculine has made. The next one that came out, what she's thinking about is transformation. The feminine is going through a transformation for a lot of us, aren't we just? We're all going through it, but the feminine are really, there's so much going on. I mean, for me, I've been cleaning the house out. I've had to re-transform my home. And not only my home, the transformation is going on within as well. And the last one we have for how the feminines are thinking is perspection. So the feminine are looking at things in a different way. Perhaps you're seeing something new in your person that you never really saw before. Perhaps you're seeing, even in your own self, how you've managed your relationship. There's certain things that you have done. All of this is what the feminine is thinking right now. Really going within and thinking, where did I go wrong? Or if you didn't go wrong, you're going over whatever has happened between you and your person. And, kind of like putting a fine comb through things. That's what the feminine is doing. Okay, so let's see what she's saying. What would the feminine like to say if her person was here? What is the feminine going to say, Spirit? Give me 3 cards. Yeah, because sometimes what we're saying, we don't always say what we want to say. Pleasure. So some of you are thinking about having pleasure with your person, or you might just be thinking that you have learned that maybe your person have learned that pleasure doesn't mean everything. All that glitters is not gold. Yeah. So you're saying that you would like to say that to your person. All that glitter is not gold. What you think is good out there is just, it's a fake grass. You think the grass is greener on the other side. Wait till you get there and you find out that it's just astroturf. Wow. What is she saying? What are you saying, feminine? She's saying, I am manifesting. I'm here to manifest. I'm manifesting good things. We have a new beginning and we have transformation. So for some of you feminine, you're manifesting something really good in your life. Something great is happening in your life. Excuse me. All those download that you've had during what they call it, lockdown, is now manifesting for you. Some of you have started a little hustle on the side. You're making your money. Money's coming in. What else are you saying? You don't want to be entangled in anything that doesn't serve you. That's what you like to say to your partner, to your person. I don't want to be entangled, because the best relationship is the one that loves you for who you are. Love each other instead of the needs that you have for each other. So this is what entanglement come in. I need you. I need you. No. That's not love. Love is supposed to be harmony and bliss and, balance. Some people, it's crazy what's going on out there with these young people, with some, not just young people. A lot of people are confused about relationship. People think if I give you now, you must give me back. This kind of distortion energy, but there's no balance. You become entangled with stuff. So I took you out yesterday. It's your turn to take me out. There's so much pressure on relationship. That's just an example I could come up. But there's load, or I gave you water today, so you must give me water back tomorrow. Those kind of basic, low level negative vibes that people have been entangled with, and it does not really produce a good relationship. Okay, that's what she's saying. Let's go see what the masculine is thinking, and what is what is masculine thinking, and what is masculine thinking, Spirit? Give me 3 cards. Okay, the masculine is thinking about sacred union. This card came out upside down, and I don't usually do it upside down. So sacred union is about 2 people coming together as sacred beings and being on the journey, of not just pleasure, but support, protect, and provide, and sustaining each other spiritually. So for the masculine, is thinking this. This is his first card. It came down reverse. So for this masculine, he's not really where he wants to be. He's not in this sacred union. It could be due to a lot of things. It could be immaturity, not being ready for the journey, lacking in self-confidence, self-respect for themselves, not having woken up or found themselves, still asleep, thinking that this world is just about material things, what you can get, how fine you can look, not knowing that it's a divine journey that we've all come here. And when you find your person, it's supposed to be a sacred union with respect for each other and for the divine creator that brought you together. This is what the masculine is thinking. Sacred union. Can you see the writing on that? Okay, let's go see. What else is he thinking? Talk to me, masculine. What you got? Whoops, that came flying out. Masculine might have lost hope. This person that is showing up, perhaps you're not talking to this person. You might not be in communication. Or if you are, very little. You don't really know what they're thinking. So this masculine is showing up as he has hope. He really has hope that this sacred union would happen for him, for you too, in this lifetime. This is what he hopes for. Okay. This is what he's thinking. He's really thinking it. Let's go deep down. What else is he thinking? Whoa, the cards are flying today. He's also thinking about hustle. He's thinking about his money. This masculine is thinking about his money right now. Maybe he just lost his job, or with this lockdown, he has to maybe change job. Maybe he did a business and he got duped. Maybe somebody has got his money and is not coming forth yet. Maybe because of this lockdown and everybody going back to work, he has to do double work. He's have to do overtime at work, so he ain't got the time. But he's thinking, boy, I really have to hustle. So that's what the masculine is thinking. Let's go see what he's feeling. What are you feeling, masculine? Talk to me. Show us. Let's see how you feeling. Woo! One came out. Space. He says, I need my space right now. So this masculine is, whatever maybe he feels burdened with all of this that is going on. You're not in a good place. You guys might not, like I said, might not be communicating. He might have moved out. He might have been a separation from you. He might need space just to find himself. Sometimes when people are not ready and they get thrown into a relationship with the responsibilities that comes with it, it can be overwhelming for some people. And, immaturity as well can make you feel like you can't handle this. And so what would happen is that person would withdraw. And it's okay to withdraw. So this masculine is showing up tonight. He's thinking about his space. I need my own space. That's what he's thinking. Let's go see what he's feeling, shall we? What is he feeling, Spirit? Show me. What is this masculine feeling right now? We know that he needs his space, and we know that he's got hope. Wow. Release. So he's thinking about releasing some things that doesn't serve him. This masculine might have some addiction. It could be sex, porno, drugs, whatever, drink. So, or maybe karmic relationship, maybe other people, maybe this masculine like open relationship. Whatever it is, this masculine is thinking, is feeling up, he's feeling he needs to give it up. He's releasing it. He says, "Hey, I'm letting go of the things that no longer serves me." Masculine is releasing, which is great. So we've got hope. So he's feeling, I need space. I'm releasing what doesn't serve me. These two cards go together. So that's what he's feeling. Release and space. It's beautiful. What else is the masculine feeling? Show us what is the masculine feeling at this time, please, Spirit. What else is the masculine? This masculine is feeling like he hasn't been loyal. He has not been loyal to his queen here. This masculine is beginning to know what it means to be loyal. And this could be, it could just be being loyal in doing the things that you say you would do. Simple. It doesn't have to involve cheating. Loyalty could just mean coming true and doing exactly what you said you were going to do. Being accountable. Being able to, stand up for someone even when they're not there. And still be loyal to them. Be true to that person. Like, I got your back kind of thing. Yeah? So he's feeling that. He's feeling that his lack of loyalty is what he's got to release that. Remember, we had the release? That's part of the things that this masculine is thinking of releasing. Lack of loyalty. So he's needing to take space to go within himself to do the work, which is beautiful. Okay, let's go see what he would say if you, divine feminine, were right there beside him. What would your person like to say to you if you were right here? He would like to say he was caught in vain. He's been vain. He was been dealing with vanity all this time. Anything that is vain, that's what he's been about. So he hasn't been focusing on the divine union here, because everything for him has been about bling, bling, maybe how to make more money. I'm doing more shift because I've got to get that latest car, or I need to get that designer shade, or whatever. Masculine has been vain. He would like to tell you, I have been vain, and I would like to release all of these things that has put me down and put me in a place of non-commitments, a place of in and out with you, because I have been, I've been doing the wrong things, focusing on the wrong things. What else would he like to say? He would like to say right now, he is going through his own self-examination. He's seeing himself for what he really is. He realized that he's himself that's been holding himself back, nobody else but himself. So this masculine is thinking a lot. Remember, we had vanity here. So him seeing himself clearly now. Self-examination and vanity. That's what he would like to say to you, feminine. That he's sorry. He's looking within and he doesn't like what he sees. He needs to release some demons that he has acquired on this journey. The lack of knowledge, the not knowing, the in and out, not treating you nice, not recognizing who you are as a divine feminine, a God-given person for him to walk along this journey. He's releasing all of this through his self-examination. And what else would he be saying to you if you were right there? The last card is grateful. This masculine is grateful for everything that you've taught him. This masculine is grateful for you, for having you in his life, for bringing the light into this union, for making him know what divine beings are meant to be. He's been really grateful for the journey, for the lessons, this masculine. That's what he would like to say to you, my darlings. I hope that has resonated. Should we go see what the outcome would be?
Yeah.
Oh, no. We should know. I get Spirit to say we should do the untold truth. Spirit wants us to do the untold. Right. So what is the untold truth for the masculine? What exactly is, what's going on where we haven't seen yet? What's going on? What's he going to do? And how's he going to go about it? What's the untold truth? Spirit for the masculine, please show me. Wow, what a conversation tonight, huh?
Indeed.
Okay, his untold truth is he is needing motivation. He's working on his motivation to come true to you. Because remember, he's been dealing with so much addiction. So many addiction this masculine has been dealing with. Needing to release all the addiction. We're going to release here. And so he is needing motivation to come to you because guess what? Feminine, you've done so much work. You're a badass. And you see through all the bullshit. You see that? And so this masculine, he's needing motivation to come true because he knows that you have stepped into your divine self, your higher self. Some of you are doing so much work. You're like always in the 5D. So he's needing motivation to come to you. But you know what, feminine? We also have to be gentle with our masculines because they need us for this journey. Sometimes some of them, because of their karma and their destiny, they are designed, they have been destined to work certain paths. And so we're here to guide them and to show them how to be divine beings, not to totally shut them out. Okay? Right, that's Spirit's talking to you. I was channeling there. The next card, what the feminine would, untold truth for the feminine is, feminine has a real concern and is about us. That's all the feminine is about right now. This is the untold truth. She might not be telling her friends. She might not tell her mother. She might not even tell him. But in her subconsciousness, this is the untold truth. The real concern for the feminine. It's us. It's all about us, baby. It's us. So let's get on this divine journey, this sacred union. Let's try and find our space, our way to this sacred union. Because that's the real concern for all of us, is to be divine in our relationship with others, to come with integrity, you know, and good intentions, to lift up each other, not to bring down, not to make another cry, to always love and support. This is what we need in this world to make it a better place, to love each other with dignity. Do not do to the other what you will not want other to do to you.
Absolutely.
This is what love is. It's about bliss. Love is bliss. It's meant to be. Okay. So, shall we go get an advice card?
As quickly as you can, because I think we're tight on time.
5 minutes? Let's get
I think we're literally like, the window is tight. I think we probably have a minute, if that.
Okay. One card each then. Let's see what comes out.
Please.
Spirit, please. One card. Okay. Personal power. Work on your personal power, masculine. This is your card. Personal power is what you need to work on because you can do this. You want motivation? You got the personal power. Be the lion in your life. Roar like the lion. And the feminine, keep working on your new ideas. Keep growing. Keep making your money. Keep supporting yourself because self-love is the best love. And when you love yourself, you can truly attract your other half. you want to be the one that's, you know, they want to come get, like, not be, you just keep loving yourself, you know, you just keep shining, because that's what we are meant to be. That's why we're here. That's all, folks. I hope you enjoyed tonight's conversation between the masculine and feminine who are not in union. Until next time, it's Raven there from Mystic Tila Production. How was it for you, my darling? Did it resonate at
No,
all?
that was good. That definitely resonated. I feel like we've got now the 30-second countdown. But that was awesome. All of it and then some resonated with me. Everybody in the, you know, chat was also resonating with it as well. So just thank you guys, as always, for stopping into this space with us. 10-second countdown. Anything for the folks?
Well, for me, from them or for me?
For you.
Oh.
5 seconds.
Well, take care, everybody. Stay safe.
That's all, folks. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell for more.